Growing up, we had a friend we called Bert. He was a big, lanky and skinny dude, pale as a ghost due to his low blood pressure, prone to bouts of narcolepsy. Bert wasn't his real name, just a nickname that had stuck. It was short for Sherbert, because he would foam at the mouth during his narcoleptic spells. In other words, he was a fantastic source of entertainment for our idiot troupe, and pranking Bert became part of our weekend routine. He would drift asleep during the slightest lull in action, sitting still for more than 10 minutes basically. The only way he could stay awake was by keeping occupied. So he would walk around a lot or keep himself busy eating. Jerky was his favourite. When he slept, he had two modes. He would either nod off and jerk back into consciousness a split second later, which is no good for pranking, or he would be out cold for maybe 5 minutes. Perfect for pranking. You could tell he was out cold when he drooled. One day we're playing FIFA 97 at another friend's house. I don't know if you remember FIFA 97 for the PS1, but the loading times were atrocious. After a while, we looked over and Bert was slumped into himself, drool pooling in the folds of his coat. He rarely removed his big Manchester United manager's coat. We all agreed that Bert was a due pranking. We knew we could move Bert around while he slept, an arm here, a leg there, but we'd never fully tested the limits of his tolerance. Two of us took an arm each, and another guy took his legs, and we lifted him from his chair. Sure enough, he remained asleep. We swung him back and forth a bit, and still he slumbered. We were amazed. So, of course, we knew the thing to do would be to carry him upstairs to our friend's sister's bedroom. At first, we just wanted to wake him up somewhere weird. Then, we got weird. Our friend's sister was about 4 years older than us, something of a hottie, and she worked odd shifts at the local supermarket. We'll call her Jane for the purpose of this retelling. It was mid-evening, and we didn't know when exactly Jane would be home, which lent a frisson of terror to the process of undressing Bert. After we'd stripped him down to his underwear, we slipped him under Jane's big baby pink quilt and took his clothes downstairs. This should have been enough for us, but the madness had taken us and we knew we were going to push it as far as we could. We took one of Jane's fragrant girly pillows and put a bra and pair of panties on it, then slipped it under Bert's naked arm. We skulked back downstairs, stifling laughter, waiting for Bert to wake and flee from the room in terror. We went up to check on him and found him in much the same position as we had left him, except now he had an obvious erection that had escaped from the front of his boxers, and he had just had a very messy wet dream all over Jane's sheets and pillow. It had darkened an expanding area of the crotch of her panties. One of the most grim experiences of my life was trying to mop up Bert's cum with a bundle of kitchen paper on the end of a pair of barbecue tongs. We tried to wake him up, but it was no good, and that awful pale thing of his refused to deflate. Apparently he had no blood pressure problems in one specific area. Then we hear keys in the front door, and holy shit, Jane is home. I'm ashamed to say that I thundered down the stairs and ran out the back door and vaulted over the fence with an athleticism I never knew I had, closely followed by friend number 4, leaving our other friend to deal with Bert, his sister, the panties, and the cummy tongs. That was a shit show.
That year, I'd hiked in about 10 miles and then went off the trail for another